I'm sure you've all seen and heard the buzzwords behind paracord bracelets, especially from companies that make and sell these bracelets for the purposes of survival. So the question is, can this paracord bracelet actually save your life, or to a lesser extent, help you survive? Let's discuss. So when I first got into paracord about 10 years ago, what interested me the most was the idea that in an emergency, you could undo a bracelet on your wrist and instantly have some paracord at your disposal. But if you really look at the reality of it, depending on the type of bracelet you're wearing, you could have anywhere from 8 to 10 feet of paracord. And could that amount of paracord actually help you in a life or death survival situation? Of course. I mean, I'd rather have any amount of paracord than no paracord at all if I were stuck out in the wilderness or somewhere like that. Now, I'm sure you could do a lot with a small amount of paracord, like making a makeshift spear, setting up small game traps or snares, making a fire bow drill, or use it as a replacement shoe or bootlace, or further take the inner guts out for twine. Now, I'm not an outdoor survival expert, but I'm sure there are many viable uses and they are endless for sure. I don't think it's uncommon for a lot of people that involve themselves in outdoor activities to wear paracord bracelets. But the real question is, would you ever be in a situation where you'd have nothing but what's in your pockets and on your wrists? You could be, but I think for a majority of the people out there, they most likely won't find themselves in a horrible situation like that. I'm not saying it won't happen or doesn't happen, but for the percentage of people that actually get into situations like that versus the ones that potentially could, it's most likely a small percentage compared to the majority. For those who do stuff like camping, hiking, bushcrafting, and whatnot, if you needed cordage or rope, you're probably carrying a good supply or hank of paracord with you. And if you were in need of rope or paracord, you just take some from your supply. Now, I do understand that taking apart a paracord bracelet for its cord would most likely be a last resort, as you would have to be in a situation where you've lost everything. Like you fell into a river and had to dump all of your gear as to not drown or something, and now all you have is what's on your person. Again, not saying it'll never happen, but not very likely to happen for a majority of people. Now, going off of that, and as a bit of an aside, when a lot of people think about paracord survival bracelets, they think of the classic Cobra Knot paracord bracelet. And in my opinion, I think this bracelet is actually not the best for emergency survival, as the basic weave doesn't even hold that much paracord, and it's very slow to take apart. Now, which pattern is the best for that? Well, that's a whole other video, but I do have some quick release paracord bracelets on this channel already, and I'll have that playlist linked. So why do we wear paracord bracelets? Well, I think because it looks cool. You can make them for yourself and for friends. They're a lot of fun to make, and there really is a sense of satisfaction when you can make something for yourself, wear it, and enjoy it. You can customize the colors and style to fit your own, and it's great. So do not ever underestimate the benefits of crafting, and not all paracord projects are made for the sake of survival, or are meant to be taken apart for use. Paracord is a very versatile material, and you can use it to make a lot of different things. And for those reasons alone, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. At the end of the day, I would never say paracord bracelets aren't useful for survival, because having something, anything in an emergency situation is always better than having nothing. The uses of a paracord bracelet may be limited, but they are definitely not useless. You should also remember though that just having some paracord or an emergency tool on you doesn't really mean anything unless you know how to use it. So how I see it is that the most important thing is your own knowledge and know-how. That is much more important than any emergency supplies or tools at your disposal.